Hi, I'm Jerry Allen. I'm running for the state senate here in Oregon. I've had a long career. I'm retired from being a social work supervisor, a clinic founder, hospital executive, and 4-term pension trustee elected by the people. Now I'm running for the Senate because I believe that we are in a time of crisis that is the greatest crisis that I've ever seen. And it's both the pandemic, the coronavirus crisis, and the economy coming apart as a result of it, overlaid with wildfires here on the western coast. To deal with those crises, we need caring, competent, compassionate, cooperative leaders in the Senate and the House here in Oregon in order to address these crises cooperatively, together, building on bridging our differences. I can do that. I have a history of doing that. When I was first elected as a pension trustee, I was elected by a lot of union support. And the bankers on the pension board were scared of me. They thought I was going to be some kind of dividing force. But you know what happened? They elected me chairman of the investment committee and eventually chairman of the board, of the whole board, because they saw that I wanted to work together across partisan differences in order to get the people's work done. So let's talk a little bit about some of these key issues. The coronavirus is devastating our people. 200,000 people have died. And it's not as bad here in Oregon as it is in some places, but it's serious. I have a public health background. I have a master's in public health. I've worked in the hospital scene. I've worked with physicians of all types. I used to recruit infectious disease physicians. I also have an Oregon emergency responder license. I know how to talk to these doctors. I know how to work together with them. I can bring that skill set to the legislature. It's going to take everybody working together to get that done. In terms of the economy, I have a background in finance. I have a background in doing investment work, protecting the people's money. And so I can bring that to the budget crisis that we're going to face next year. So I want to talk a little bit about that, about the budget crisis. People say, well, you say you want to rebuild Oregon and do clean energy and do solar and wind and all of those things that will give thousands of jobs to people. How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to do this? I have a plan. I'm going to tell you that plan right now. Please stay with me on this. That plan is largely based on infrastructure bonds. Now, a bond is sort of like buying a house. If you buy a house, very few people can go pay all the money for the house right then. What you do is you get a mortgage, a 30-year mortgage, to spread the payments out so that you can afford it. Well, it's the same idea with infrastructure bonds. Massachusetts is issuing them right now. They're calling them green bonds, and they're using them to pay for all of these infrastructure projects. We can do this in Oregon. We can rebuild Oregon back better, cleaner, more green, more just, with opportunities for all, and pay for it with infrastructure bonds. You pay that back over 30 years. It doesn't bust the budget to do it, but it gives you the money to spark plug all of the kinds of projects that we need to get done to put people back to work. And that's really what it's about. Building Oregon back better, putting people back to work. Did you know that there are vastly more jobs in solar and wind than there are in coal or fossil fuels? We need to make this transition for our children's sake. So let's do it in a way that we can afford to do it.